Tune in to the Real Estate Roundup with the River Counties Association of Realtors. Join us every last Thursday of the month at 12 p.m. on Fiesta 99.1 and every last Friday of the month at 12 p.m. on The Buzz 101.3 as we explore the latest in local real estate. Whether you're buying, selling, or just love real estate, don't miss our expert advice and exclusive insights. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's explore the dynamic world of real estate in our vibrant River Counties community. Catch Real Estate Roundup and make your property dreams a reality. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for listening in to the River Counties Real Estate Roundup. Today's guest is Melissa Wiseman from Tellico Mountain Realty. And we're going to talk with Melissa today about her business and her years of being in the business, and hope this will help give you guys some valuable insight. So welcome, Melissa.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to share our information about our beautiful hometown. It's kind of nicknamed the little town with a big backyard in Tellico Plains, Tennessee.
Okay. And so I've been here for a little while, obviously in Tennessee now, and getting familiar with all the areas. And your area definitely sounds very intriguing to me. Can you describe the natural beauty and atmosphere of Tellico Plains for someone who's never been there?
Absolutely. So Tellico Plains, it's a scenic gem. It is the gateway to the Cherokee National Forest. We've really exploded since the last few years. I mean, few people knew about Tellico and they would come to camp, hike, see the waterfalls. But really, in the last couple of years, it has just completely exploded with tourists coming into town, getting to be able to do more outdoor type activities. We have the mountains, like I said, the waterfalls, the streams, so much wildlife. And there's just natural beauty there. When you're driving into Tellico, there's a straightaway on Highway 68 and you just see the mountains and you're there. So it's a beautiful, beautiful backdrop and the town itself is just a small, quaint little, very small town, but it's the outlying areas of Tellico Plains. So it's really great.
Then for tourists and or, obviously residents of the area, I would take it that there's year-round activities to do in the area?
For the most part. Now, it does slow down, of course, in the wintertime, but people do, like right now, when it snows, you can drive up the Cherahela Skyway, of course, on up in the elevation when you're getting up 2,000 feet or more. I mean, it goes up to 5,000 or 5,000 elevation. Sure. But when it snows, so we get those people coming in, they want to drive up the mountain and see the snow. Sure. Because you may not have seen it in the low-lying areas. So we do have people year-round. Like I said, it does slow down in the winter. Probably from March to November is the highlight peak times, especially in the summertime. We have the Indian Boundary Campground. A lot of people go there and camp. Spend the summers there. So it is an all season place to visit. That
sounds amazing. And I would imagine it's very abundant with wildlife through there.
It is. You can see, turkeys, deer. There's bears. Our bears are not quite like the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge type of bears. They're just not going to come up, to you, but they're out there. They're in the mountains for sure.
I haven't seen a bear yet here, but I'm looking forward to it. So, all right. So living in East Tennessee, obviously, is where Tellico Mountains is situated. Can you describe, again, for people that haven't been there, what's it like living in East Tennessee, especially with these changing seasons? What should they expect? Because you're getting people that are transferring down to this area quite a bit. I myself have transferred here recently, obviously. So give some little insight for people that have never experienced East Tennessee that, are going to be listening to this.
So good old East Tennessee weather. You can have single digits in the teens, and then the next day or next week, you'll be back up to the 60s in the wintertime. So we do have a good mixture of seasons and weather. So right now, of course, wintertime, like I said, it can get cold. Sure. I remember as a kid, it got down to like -20.
Oh, wow.
This was way back in the 80s. Yeah, that was the coldest I ever remembered it being here. But, it can get into like last Christmas. It got down into the single digit and froze. Everybody, I think that was a shock because it froze everybody's pipes up and houses. So it can get cold, but then, you're right back up. Like I said, the next week can be in the 60s. So that feels
very
like summertime.
drastic.
Yes. Of course, the spring is great. And last year, we really had all 4 seasons. Sometimes it's, just a quick shift from one season, pretty much go from winter to summer almost, it feels like. But last year, and I hope this year's the same, we had a nice spring, a nice transition, all the flowers blooming, everything turning green, and then had a nice spring, nice mild spring, and then summer.
Sure. Yeah.
Summer wasn't too bad. And it can get hot in the summer. I mean, it's up to the hundreds.
Yeah.
And the humidity. Probably the worst thing about summertime, I think, is the bugs.
Right.
Yeah. It's nothing like probably other states, but it gets a little buggy around East Tennessee. And then, of course, the fall. Oh, when the leaves start changing. Yeah, especially in Tellico, we get the leaf lookers. Definitely want to come. Sure. That's peak is right at the end of October. Then we have a huge festival, the Cherahela Skyway Festival, which we are a part of. This past fall, we sponsored a 5K.
Oh, nice.
So that was the first annual. So we're hoping to build on that. But oh my goodness, they estimate 10,000 or more people come to this festival. So that's wonderful. And then, of course, you're transitioning, of course, into winter and Christmas. They have a few things throughout town during the Christmas season. So you really get a good feel of all 4 seasons. In pretty much southeast, Tennessee, not just Tellico Plains.
Sure. No, it sounds amazing and sounds like a great place for people to visit and or to relocate to. So, so getting into your business, tell us a little bit about Tellico Mountain Realty, the services that you offer, your longevity in this. Let's get into that a little bit so people understand what services you can provide and what you guys look to do to help a buyer or seller.
So Tellico Mountain Realty, I bought the company in 2016. So prior to that, it was under a different name. They had been there for many years, very established. So just things just put into place, a little kind of speeded up, put into place. But I purchased the company in 2016, inherited some wonderful, wonderful agents. Had been in the business for quite some time. I've been in the housing industry pretty much for over 25 years. Wow. In some span. My husband's a builder, so I was always in that spectrum from the get-go. I didn't really get into real estate until a little bit later, but I always knew about the housing world. But when I bought the business, like I said, it was everybody was very established already, wonderful agents. Some had been there 20 plus years at the time. So a lot of great knowledge, mentoring. We have a great group at Tellico Mountain Realty. We're a full service brokerage. What kind of sets us apart is our knowledge of the area. Everybody that's there is either, of course, I'm a native.
Sure.
So I've been there forever.
Yep,
I've been there forever. But our other agents, they've lived there or their family was from there. So everybody has a connection. So a deep connection of, and that's the thing, we try to take care of our clients because we live there. We're going to see these people out, at the store. Yep. So we definitely want to keep that great relationship going with all of our clients. And, like I said, we're just a full service brokerage. We offer everything for, our buyers and sellers. We're there even after the process. So anything that a home buyer, or if they bought a piece of land, if you need the contractor, if you need excavator, septic people. So we're there. We're pretty much, we want to be your one-stop shop.
So you're full service brokerage. So you can help everybody. And that's the important part, I think, too, is, after somebody buys the house,
we don't just leave them.
As a realtor, your job's not done. That a realtor is a great resource to reach out to, especially like yourself being there for all those years, the people that are around there that can help somebody.
Exactly. And that's the thing. We don't want to end the relationship, once the transaction closes. We want to be there beyond. We want to see you out in the street. I love seeing, former past clients, out, just seeing how they're doing. There's just one little house I go by frequently. And every time I look, it just makes me smile how, just how cute they, fixed it up and everything. And I keep in contact with them and just tell them, oh, your house is so cute, so that's great. It's the relationship part of it.
It is. It's a relationship business for sure.
It is. And, yes.
Especially when you get the first time home buyers, right? I'm sure you love watching their expression of getting those keys at the closing table and it being their first home.
It is. That's a special component, getting to see them, because that's kind of tough about this time right now. It is hard for, especially local people. That's deep for me. You want to see local people to be able to buy and to get into a home. So when you do see them and you're able to help them, and that's what we bring, our knowledge, because they may not know what process to do, what products are out there. I mean, they need to get them with the right lenders or right people. So that's a great feeling to see somebody, because that's a goal for everyone, is the home ownership,
right?
To be able to purchase your home, to have a place that's yours.
It sounds like a simple job to people that aren't in the industry, but I'm sure
But it's not.
Right. I'm sure
we get all the back end portions that you have to deal with, because it's a very emotional time with buyers both buyers and sellers. It is extremely emotional. So we're there to balance.
You're the rational one.
Yes. Because emotions can get overwhelming. For sellers, it can be a very sad time, because they've spent all their time and, all the memories in their home. So if we can make that transition just as, smoothly as possible, that's what we're here for. That's
great. And it sounds like you guys do have a lot of knowledge of the area, and you strive to take care of your clients, from beginning to end and afterwards. And you hit it on the head. It is a relationship business.
It is. Yes.
You want the people reaching back out to you, for whatever needs that they have. And it's great to have a resource like you and your company, and having that amount of years of experience there in that area. So
yes, even though as many years you can be in the business, you'll never see it all. There's something new that will come up. Yeah, it never fails.
Right.
So it's a constantly learning, even on our end.
Every transaction is different.
It is. Yes, they're not the same.
Oh yeah, definitely. And and a little later on in the show, we'll get into talking about the current market a little bit too, to kind of help people understand, with interest rates and all the hoopla of that, of rates rising and everything else too. Let's talk about your journey a little bit of getting into this business. And, you have a fascinating background. Can you share with our audience, I know you mentioned your husband, obviously being a builder and you being involved in this industry and growing up in this area. What did, get you in here? You were born in the area, as you mentioned. So talk a little bit about what got you into here after we all get through school and everything. What made you decide to jump in to be a realtor?
So that's a good journey. Like I said, when me and my husband first got married, he was already building homes. He hadn't went out on his own yet at that point in time. So I was always in that world from day one. Later, he did start his own company, so I helped him with that. Okay. So I saw the business end. Of course, this was pre-08.
Right.
So that was a great time. It was 2003, 2004. There were so many houses.
Yeah.
It was a total different world.
Right. Yeah.
Back then.
Markets were busy. And
it was. There was so many houses being built. And even in Tellico Plains, there was a lot of development subdivisions. That were getting started about that time. It was around that 2003, 2004, 5. That time period. Of course, then I was originally, of course, my background is accounting.
Okay.
That was my passion. Originally, I started in banking.
Okay.
So I've got that component. And
that goes right into real estate. So that's good. Numbers are part of our business.
And and I tell people, I went to Mississippi State to get my 2-year initially, the first 2 years. And they had a program, and it was actually the finance program.
Okay.
And one of my classes was the real estate portion, which was the course. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, I just never took the test.
No.
I guess it was a priority at that time. But so I had already took that. The 60-hour course. I think at that time you didn't have to take the extra 30, it was just the 60-hour you take your test. And then that was it. But I never did take the state test. So went into banking and then ended up at a pharmaceutical company as a purchaser in the accounting department. So I always stayed in that world. And then I also had a background. I did also tax preparation. So I was always in that tax business portion. And then we decided I was going to stay home, have the two girls, my two wonderful girls. But once the youngest, she started to school, like, I knew I'd wanted to get into, get my real estate license.
Sure.
More for me personally, us personally, maybe to kind of branch out. Cause at that time my husband was he already went on his own,
Right.
Had his own company. He mostly did framing. We had a framing construction business and did some turnkey projects. So we was kind of trying to expand that. So I'll get my real estate license.
Sure.
And then it was just, the natural next step. And then I got my license in 2015 at the beginning, January 2015. So I've had it 9 years. And then fast forward a year, opportunity come up to purchase where I had put my license at. Been there for a year. Great people. The broker at the time, and she's still with us.
Okay.
Wonderful lady. It just come about that she was going to sell the business, and it was just perfect timing. I had my license for a year, so like, well, I'll buy the business. So it kind of worked. We changed the name, rebranded a little bit, and so that's how Tellico Mountain Realty.
That's awesome.
Began. But like I said, it was already established. The real estate brokerage was established, but I just kind of stepped in and did the rebranding, and then added more agents as we went on, and it's just kind of we've kept going from there. Yes,
that is awesome. And so, seeing that it's a family business with you and your husband both being in the real estate side, are your daughters going to follow suit?
I don't think the youngest is very interested in it. Now, my oldest, she's only 16 right now, but she's wanting to go into law.
Oh, awesome.
But, tell her you need to think about, and she's thinking about just going ahead once she's able to, you can get your real estate license at 18. Go ahead and get in that because that would be a good benefit for her.
Definitely,
So, and she has helped me on a couple of projects, did some marketing stuff. So it's great to have teenagers on your payroll to help you out a little bit.
Yeah, right. Yes. Exactly. So never hurts to have that.
No.
And it sounds like you got a great background of what segued you into this business, which I think is important for people to understand and know that your heart's in it, your passion's in it, which, in this business, I feel it does take passion to be that, great realtor that people expect, that you care about your day, and what you're going to do during that day and how you're going to help people. So let's talk a little bit about community involvement. Do you guys get into a lot of community involvement? You personally, the company, both? Talk a little bit about that so people understand how you might give back as well.
We do. And I've been involved in quite a few things. I've had my share of activities.
Sure.
When the girls were younger, I've been, PTO president. We've had the Girl Scout troop. So I've done all that portion, me personally. For the company, we're very active in the Tellico Plains Kiwanis Club. It got kind of reestablished going a few years ago, and it's a great organization to be a part of. We really help all the kids and children of Tellico Plains. That's the goal mission. I've been part of the Monroe County Chamber of Commerce, doing activities with them. But we're very active. We definitely support our Tellico Plains Bears, our high school team. But we definitely support our local schools and community with all the activities because that's very important to support local.
Sure.
Because when you go to a football game, a basketball game, baseball, whatever, look at who the sponsors are. I think that's so important because those are the people who have an investment in the community, in that school. So you definitely want to support them back. But I think that's very important to always support your local community. And that's what we definitely strive
So like you mentioned, you guys did a 5K run.
Yes.
So what was behind that 5K run? What was the reason for it? What did it strive to benefit? Tell us a little bit about that.
So the 5K, well, we have kind of morphed into, we are a track and field family.
Okay. All right.
It just come to be. My oldest, she's a distance runner. She has, well, of course, she's a junior now. She's won 4 state championships.
Oh, wow.
So we're in this running world. And the youngest, she started field. So she's doing shot put and discus. So we're in that world. Okay. And, of course, they both did cross country, and we've been in that. But the lady that's over it's the Cherahela Skyway, but it's part of the Charles Hall Museum. Okay. That's in Tellico Plains. A great place, wonderful place to stop and visit. It's free, but that Cherahela Festival is what helps raise money to support the museum. Oh, all right. And Pam Matthews, she got with us. We've known her quite some time. She's wanting to do a 5K to kind of kick off the festival. So it was that morning. We had, we didn't know what to expect because this was the first 5K, and we've been to them. Sure. Yep. I participated in one, sort of, but well, I don't know where that they got the running from. It wasn't from me and my husband, but we didn't know what to expect, but we had almost 60 people sign up, which was great.
For your first year,
actually, and they showed up. A few didn't, but we got so many compliments because the trail that they ran, the course, I guess, it was along the Tellico River. Okay. Of course, it's just 8 o'clock in the morning. The sun's just coming up. You've got the fog and the mist. The backdrop was absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. So it was and we could have asked for better weather. It was wonderful. Wow, that is awesome. So that's kind of how the 5K. We just got asked to help to do that, and that's kind of what we are. We just if we're asked to do something, we jump in. Sure. With all we have. So we got that organized, and we're hoping to build on that. That is awesome. It was a great program, great experience to be a part of, and it does help our local community because at the museum, they, like I said, they help a lot of people in the community also, but it's learn about the history of Tellico Plains. Okay. So we always send people over there. Great resource to have. So anything that we can help our community, we will definitely do. And with the museum, it's also partnered with the Kiwanis. So everybody kind of works together. Sure. It's not just one group or the other. It's it's everybody working together. And I might have missed it, but what time of year was that 5K? That was in fall. That was at the end of October. Okay. Peak leaf season. Yeah. There was so many, and the weather was, I think it was like in the 70s. Nice. There was so many people there. Right. And we have car clubs all the time. Okay. Like pretty much, I won't say almost year round, but like the Jeep clubs will come. Sure. I think they were there, but we have so many car clubs that come through Tellico. Of course, motorcycles is a big hot spot going up the Cherahela Skyway. But yeah, there was Tellico was kicking that day. It was nice. Hopping. Yes. That is awesome. Well, I love 5Ks. I don't look like I do, but I love 5Ks. I don't run it all. I run maybe 3/4 of it, but that sounds like an amazing atmosphere to run in. It was. Yes. Instead of running through a city or on a bike trail or whatever. I'm going to mark that in my calendar. I'm looking forward to that. Definitely, yes, because there's a bridge that they got to cross over the Tellico River, and it was just. We got so many compliments of and a lot of people just wanted to walk. Right. They just wanted to walk the course because it was just, that backdrop was just hard to beat. Hard to beat. Else. Yeah, yes. I can imagine. And let's talk about a minute for the current market. There's a lot of talk of interest rates, jumping up and everything, but realistically, where rates are at, being in the high 6s or 7s, it's still not a bad rate. But a lot of people out there think that it is because we've been spoiled with 3% and 4%. So we have, yes. And at once upon a time, 6%. I can remember that'd have been a great, right? That'd have been a great rate to have. The prices have gotten a little, they got a little crazy the last couple of years, especially in our area. they're kind of stabilizing. They're not really decreasing. We are starting to see more inventory.
Okay, good.
For our little area, before we were down to like eight to 10 houses.
Oh, wow.
That was it.
Yeah, that's rough.
Now we're like at 35, which doesn't seem like a lot, but
For the area?
for the area,
sure.
it really is. So more inventory's coming. We're inching more towards a balanced market in Tellico Plains,
Okay.
where before it was complete seller market.
Right, sure.
It was just, it got a little crazy. So it's good to see a little bit of balance
Right.
now.
That'll help
But-
stabilize prices and everything else too, then I would think.
It does. A lot of, and there are good programs out there. And that's the key thing. If you are looking to buy a house, there's some great lenders, great products that can help you, even though if you may not have the 3-5% to put down as down payment, there's other programs that can help you with down payment assistance. So seeing a little bit more of those. There's some creative ways, asking sellers to, pay some closing costs, different portions there. But, if we're seeing that, people that still need to buy, they still need to buy something.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
So there's getting more inventory out there. There's more options. But don't give up. That's
Okay.
That's,
Yep.
I guess, my advice. Don't give up if you're looking. And even if that perfect property or house is not out there, don't give up. Things come up,
Sure.
every day, something new. So, but definitely get with your local real estate professional to help you guide these more turbulent times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't go it alone. Yeah.
Yes,
Get a
absolutely.
professional
Do
on your
not
side.
go alone.
Obviously
Yes.
call Tellico Mountain Realty,
Yes.
get you guys on their side. And that's the thing is I think a lot of people don't realize you can always refinance. I mean, rates come
Yes.
down. At least you got your house. You're not paying rent. You're paying a mortgage. Is better than paying somebody else's mortgage.
It is, and some of the lenders have these creative buy down. You can buy down the rate for a couple of years.
Right.
You can get in. There's technicalities around it. That's why you need a professional to help
lead
you.
you. Yep.
But you can get in at a very low rate, in anticipation in a couple of years that the rates will come back down.
Sure.
So
Definitely.
definitely some really good products out there, but you need to get with the right people to
Okay.
get you in the right direction.
No, that sounds good. And, before we wrap up, how can people learn about Tellico Mountain Realty? Where should they look for numbers they should call, website? It's been great talking with you, about your company and your experience, but let people know where they can find you so they can start reaching out to you and get more information.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure talking to you, tell a little bit about our company, but we are pretty much on every social platform out there, except for Snapchat. I know the Gen Z folks are very Snapchat. I'm not, but you can find us. Of course, we're right there on the Cherahela Skyway, scenic byway there in Tellico Plains, but you can find us on Facebook, Instagram. I'm dabbling into TikTok.
Okay.
So, yes.
I think you probably got a few that'll help you with that.
Yes. YouTube. Of course, we do have our website, tellicomountainrealty.com, or you can give us a call at 423-253-6145, or just stop by. If you're in Tellico Plains, you're going to find the Cherahela Skyway and stop by. We've got the big bear because it's the Tellico Plains Bears.
Okay.
We've got the big bear waving at you, so always stop by and say hello.
Well, that's awesome. And, we thank you, Melissa, for sharing your insights. That's all for today with the River Counties Real Estate Roundup. And again, reach out to Tellico Mountain Realty for your real estate needs, and Melissa will take good care of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I appreciate it.
All right. Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Do you imagine a career with flexibility and limitless income potential? It's possible by becoming a Realtor. The River Counties Association of Realtors, located right here in Cleveland, Tennessee, is ready to help you unlock your potential. We're your go-to resource for guiding you to obtain your Tennessee real estate license. We're more than just realtors. We're a vital part of our community. Partnering with local charities, we work tirelessly to make a difference. Join the River Counties Association of Realtors today, where your career can thrive and community can too. Visit rivercounties.com or call 423-476-5912. Your new path awaits.